What is going on, nerds? Today I'm playing Charizard EX with Incineroar, once again, in the Late Night 209 tournament. This is probably very similar, if not the exact same list I'm going to use for Louisville. How it works, Incineroar EX, attacks, costs 1 color plus each opponent's bench Pokemon, and does 240 in burn, with a Defiance Band that's 270 in burn, which is extremely relevant, because it brings up to 280 or 290 with the burn, which means that you knock out a Regidrago, you knock out a Raging Bolt with a Bird Recharm, you knock out Terapagos with Bouffalant. And if you knock them out with burn, it's in between turns, so Fezandipiti doesn't trigger. Unfair Stamp doesn't trigger. Gift Energy doesn't trigger, and Legacy Energy don't trigger. So you can get around all of those triggers that are important in the current format, because Fezandipiti is vital to a lot of decks right now. And also, it's not weak to Ogre Pond like Zard is, which is really important as well. Which just makes the deck quite solid. Yo, perfect timing. My weekly Wednesday video just finished. Awesome. That's good timing for sure. Alright. Sent my opponent a request. Now I'm restarting. Round 1, I'm fighting Roaring Moon. Which, if I set up, is a really good matchup. The only way that I could lose is if I lose because they're faster. Because they are faster than me. Which allows them to win by speed. But Briar makes it even harder for them. Like, it feels like a really bad matchup for them, but if I don't set up, they technically can win. I think it's extremely favored for me, though. By the way, changes since the last time I played this deck on stream. Cut some text for consistency. And one of the consistency cards includes a Rotom V. Because since Stellar Crown, I've realized it's better to go first. It makes Terapagos matchup better for sure. And it feels like getting early donk with Dusknoir great. Getting closer and closer to 500, exactly. That would be awesome. I've gained more subscribers recently than I've gained in a while. Definitely, the channel is growing faster than usual. I love it. Also, you may notice I'm not wearing headphones because I never actually have any audio playing in them, so what's the point of wearing them? Also, I probably need to fix this. I'm realizing my subscriber thing is not quite lined up properly. And there we go, no blank space. Cool. Alright, just waiting for my opponent. I don't know if he sees my challenge, I might get out. Because sometimes if we send it at the same time, we both... Okay, we did not send it at the same time, I'll send another challenge. Do you ask people to like and subscribe to your videos? If not, I think you should. So, I asked them to watch another video, because if people engage with your videos more often, I think it's more important than a subscriber. So I say watch the video on screen. I think, while it's great that people would subscribe, the growth of the channel is really based on people watching more of your videos. So I put a video up, recommend they go watch that video to get more engagement on some other videos, and if people like multiple videos, they're going to subscribe either way. So, kind of an interesting way to think about it, but it seems to work all right. All right, let's do this. This should be a good matchup. Heads, okay. Now, I think in this is a matchup I actually think I do want to go second, which against most I don't. But I mean, if, I guess they get a turn 1 attack. Although turn 1 attack might be on one prize, but the problem is if I go first, I likely will have to put on Rotom, and then it allows Roaring Moon to get out in the prize trade, which you can always come back with things like Briar and Dusclops, but it's just easier to go second. Now I'm just going to see what he decides. He got to win. I'll go first, okay. Depending on my hand, I might have to put down Rotom. If I don't have to, I can set up for a Lumineon play the next turn. That's a pretty good start overall. It's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. But I think I actually... Okay, what are the chances he can knock out my only Charmander? I guess they're not that low. That's a problem. If I had one more Pokemon search, it would be a lot better. Because I don't, it is somewhat scary. Because, like, I could pop in for a Charmander, but then I really want another Pidgey because I have Rare Candy Pidgeot on hand. Or I could just hope that I top deck as Zard because I already have Candy. I just need Arven. Briar, interesting. I feel like... Oh, this is so tough. Also, he plays Dusknoir. Huh. This is tough, for sure. I honestly don't hate getting a Charmander and a Litten. Therefore, It's not perfect. Litten's a good paralysis choice. And if I find... I mean... He could underbench, although I expect he's gonna bench quite a bit. See, it's a little bit of a weird play. I think the reason for this... I can bring up Litten if I find... Oh, Incineroar's prize. Never mind. I'm definitely not doing that if Incineroar's prize. So I just get double Charmander. It's not perfect. I would love another Pidgey. But I don't think it's worth getting another Pidgey right now. I'm gonna hold this for like a Cleffa, maybe? Or an Ultra Ball. End turn. Let's see what he gets. It's gonna get turn attack, I think. I haven't tried Instant, but the Pokestop guard has been claiming souls for me. Interesting. Oh wow, there's a lot of comments. Sorry, I just caught up. Hey. Hi, Logical. Welcome. Oh, you faced me yesterday? Interesting. I think I lost. I was trying Iron Hands and Iron Thorns in my Zard deck. I don't think that I fought against you, Logical. I mean, maybe I did, but I definitely was not streaming yesterday. I did make a video yesterday, but I didn't fight anything with Hands or Thorns, I think. So, yeah. Alright, Ultra Ball. Cool. But yeah, welcome, Logical. Or the day before, maybe. Yeah, the day before I wasn't on live either, so I don't know. But yesterday I was on live playing on my Clefairy deck, which was interesting. I think memes, I've seen the Pokestop Zard route. It's really interesting, the whole aggressive Pokestop Dusknoir stuff. It's really cool. I don't know how good it actually is, but I do love the idea. Also, I love that my opponent put out Pokestop, because if I find nothing off top deck, I just need Pokestop to find me an Ultra Ball, and I'm good. Or it can find me a Nest Ball for a Fezandipiti, and I'm likely good. So their Pokestop is likely to find me something if I miss everything. Here's the problem is, Moon takes a 1 prize knockout. Oh wait, if he's gonna get Moon in the active, he's gonna poison it actually. Oh my gosh, if it's knocked out by poison, that'll be amazing. No way, yes. Oh, he's probably gonna discard the Pokestop is the worry. But if I get Zard, I do 210, and then he's knocked out by poison, and when you're knocked out by poison, you can't use Fez. So if I can get to 210, then poison knocks him out and prevents him from using Fezandipiti, which just feels so good. But I am relying on a top deck. My setup is not what I want. There was an argument to another Pidgey down, and I feel like you just like Prime Catcher or Pokemon Catcher it. But let's see. Top deck. Come on. Collapsed Stadium. That's not useful. Okay. What are my options? They're not good. No matter what they are, they're not good. Especially because Duskull could just crush me. Oof. I don't like this. I don't. It's winnable. It's just very scary. I'll try my best. I think I attach fire here. Boss doesn't work because he has Petron. Okay. Feels crazy me having free candies just Dusknoir is nice, for sure. Remember the Charmander set in the Char deck. Pass the only option, yeah. I mean, I have to put down Radzard, because otherwise he can Dusknoir and just win the game that way. And I don't want him to win with Dusknoir. But yeah. I mean, the good thing is, this matchup, I have good comeback potential, but, I mean, there's an argument to get another Pidgey, but I feel like it's so likely that he just gusts my only Mander, but maybe it's more worth just getting set up with a Pidgeot, even if I miss that. Dusk does give me a prize, which is why I think I'm okay with him using it here. Yeah, if he Dusks, he gives me a prize. I think I actually bring up Charmander, because in order to attack with Radzard, I literally just need a Fire Energy. Although, I guess I can see what the prize is. Oh, he attacks the dead one. Okay, so he wants me to lose both Charmanders. Thankfully, I can pretty easily attack with Radzard, and also giving me a prize does help me set up plays. So, Counter Catcher is useless. Darn. This is not looking good, but it isn't over yet. It's just looking really tough. Okay, Calamity Storm. This is looking like a problem. Alright. What do I top deck? Come on, game. Find me something that I can use. Anything. Stamp, Arven, something. Pidgey? I mean, I guess technically that does something. It's not, like, completely useless, at least. And if he wants to knock me out, he doesn't need to find a stadium. It's still looking really dire, but at least I have something set up. What's fun is I can, if he doesn't find a stadium, he has to gouging. He'd probably find a stadium, but I can hope he doesn't in turn. Oof. Needs a lot. His bench is super clogged at least, exactly. He also, like, already used a Sada and his moon. He's, like, down 2 Sadas. His moon has no energy on it. Is there a win condition now? There 100% is. I can Unfair Stamp after getting the Pidgeot up. And if I can find a way to get Radiant Charizard back and use it again, I can win. It's very tough, but it is winnable. Also, if he doesn't find Pokestop, he has to knock himself out here. Which would be huge. I mean, this is all really, really bad, of course. But it is winnable. Barely. But winnable. My real hope is he retreats. That's crazy. He didn't find the stadium, I don't think. And, oh my goodness. That is the kind of setup that I wanted from him. Okay, so he's going to attack with the other one. That's interesting, because he does poison himself if he does this. And if he does 200 to himself, that poison could be relevant. Gouging. So he takes 200 and then poison damages him. Okay. I want to Unfair Stamp for sure. The problem is poison only knocks him out going out of his turn, which is what makes this a little bit tougher. Although it does put him in range of a Dusclops play if I can say, oh, Poffin. I don't have any Charmanders to get, but I might as well thin out as many other things. Like I can get a Duskull and a Litten. I can Rare Candy for Pidgeot. And then quick search for Unfair Stamp. He might find Gust. I think there's a good chance he doesn't. Quick search for Stamp. See, this looks horrible, but I think it is winnable. Because Unfair Stamp gives him a 2-card hand. Which seems like it's kind of tough to come back from. Petronic X is broken. Unlimited switch in exchange for poison. Not balanced at all. The good thing is it only works on Dark, and Dark right now isn't even that. Ooh, I can get back Radiant Charizard and attack with it. It does activate his Fezandipiti, which is a little scary. That's my biggest problem with that play, is activating Fezandipiti. But I think it's still worth it, because it just gets me a nice attack. I could put out Collapsed Stadium, although I don't know if there's any good reason. He just needs a Gust to win. Which isn't that hard for him to find, to be honest. Oh wait, I can attack with Litten. Fake out. Oh, that's genius! Because then he's knocked out by poison. If you are knocked out by poison, you cannot use Fezandipiti. Which means he can't draw the cards he wants. That's actually genius. So he can't draw cards if I knock him out this way. That's fun, actually. I like that. I could Iono to dig deeper. I don't really like my hand, and it's going to keep him the same hand size. No, I'll just fake. I kind of like having a Thorton for, like, a winning play, possibly. I'll just fake out, and then I'll be knocked out by poison. What's nice, even if he's paralyzed, poison doesn't go away, because it can be on top of paralysis. And knocked out by poison would mean he cannot use Fezandipiti. Now, it's tough. But the matchup is feeling a lot more winnable now. That's interesting. Okay, tracking shoes. He bought Radiant Greninja. Makes me think he doesn't have what he wants. He kept the thing with tracking. Oh, I guess because he has Petron is why he brought Radiant Greninjas, because he can always Petron. But we'll see what he has. Of course, Radiant Charizard will require him to, like, gouging, but no way he has Gust, right? No way, right? I don't think he has Gust. And if he doesn't, I can knock out his Moon and maybe win. Darkrai V. I don't like him getting down Darkrai V, because that does give him a better chance of setting up. The good thing is Prime Petra is not in his discard, therefore it's not as important that he can V-Star. Doesn't hurt me as much as it would otherwise. I really wish I could, like, Dusk. Oh, if I could Thornton set up... No, I can't Thornton set up a Zard and Briar, so it's not possible to do a Briar play, sadly. Fez seems fine to go down. Wait, if he knocks him out Pidgeot, he knocks himself out, doesn't he? Oh! I just realized he can't knock me out without knocking himself out and putting us to sudden death. Now, sudden death, he I guess he probably wins in sudden death is a problem. But I feel like I just, like, quick search for fire energy, Thorton. Yeah. Quick search for fire. Thorton, Radzard into play. And then attack with Radzard. He still needs a Gust and a bunch of stuff, but even if he knocks me out... Oh, true, then he does that. Oh, I can counter catcher. I can counter catcher the Darkrai. Because the thing is, if he knocks out my Pidgeot, then he knocks himself out. It's a little weird. I feel like it makes it more likely I can win, though. I can even put... Oh, I can put down Fez and then replace the Fez. I just realized that, because the Fez can go away, and I can keep the Dusk as an option. Oh, but Dusk is a one-prizer. That was a mistake, actually, because Dusk is a one-prizer. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm realizing that doesn't work, because now we can discuss Dusk and take one prize per game. Which means I have to knock out the Roaring Moon, which is fine. But yeah, I guess that was technically a misplay. I didn't really consider Dusk being a one-prizer. That could just be easily dealt with. Okay. It's okay. I can still Thornton. Radzard. Patch Fire. I could put out Collapse, although I think he just gets rid of Squawkabilly, which I don't really care about. Oh, he just needs to knock out one prizer anyway, so knocking out Radzard wins either way. Yeah, so I would have to knock out the Moon either way. But having a Duskull as a Gust is tough. Yeah, I think I played it a little weird. Let's see. Is there a way to get... Nope, there's no way to evolve this thing, so he can Gust and knock me out pretty easily, although I guess Gouging works either way, so... We'll see if he can get win. I don't know if I played it correctly, but it should work fine in theory. As long as he doesn't find the pieces. Halifant attacking every turn. So Gust and K... Or no, I don't know. Yeah, this turn I got kind of flabbergasted, but I think I still made mostly the right play. Would have been better to hold Quick Search, try Fez, or... Yes, correct. What I would... Or, I mean... I can't... I mean, if I attack with Zard, he can still knock me out with a Gouging. Either way, Gouging wins in the game, essentially. He's only knocking me... I guess he can knock me out with Petrant, actually. So that is a reason to try and set up a higher HP attacker. Oh, I could have tried to set up an Incineroar. I could, like, Fez... Then try and Thornton the Duskull into a Litten, attack with Incineroar. Reason is Petrant has more trouble knocking it out. The good thing is Petrant can't switch up Petrant. That is important. Throwing away the Duskull, then we only have big HP on board, yes. Although he can knock out anything, it would go to... And it wouldn't go to sudden death, because 200 doesn't KO himself. So, but yes, I agree on big HP. How does he Gouging? He needs to get 3 energy, which he has Darkrai V-Star, which gives him the chance. Like, Ultra Ball for Darkrai V-Star makes it not unlikely he gets Gouging. Now, it's not super likely, either. Especially when it's already down 2 Moon and stuff. It's very possible he just misses Gouging. Baby Moon. Oh, boy. How many Ancient cards does he have? Do you have enough for Baby Moon to win? Oh, I think he's going to try and Gust my Duskull. Which is why, yeah, I should have gotten the Duskull off the board. That was definitely a misplay having the Duskull on the board. But he doesn't have any Gusting cards in the discard, technically. So, he might have a Gust in hand, though. And if he does, he wins. So yeah, I misplayed by not just throwing away the Duskull. Because he might have... I'm assuming he has Gust. Maybe he doesn't. It would have to be the last card in his hand, but I'm assuming it's the last card in his hand at this point. Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher? Yeah. That was my bad. If I had gotten rid of the Duskull, he could not have knocked out anything on my board with Baby Moon. Although I think Petrant Prime Catcher would have been enough. Yes, it would have. He would have won with Petrant, I think. Instead of the Baby Moon, he would have just done the same thing with Petrant. To knock out Pidgeot. So I guess having Duskull didn't matter that much, because he could still knock out with Petrant. In that way. I know our candies are Dusknoir. So I'm wondering, there was definitely an argument early game to get another Pidgey, even if he could knock out my only Charmander. But it's also very likely that I found something. All he needs is Prime, yeah. Well. Alright. Let me update my Wrath Breaker. I can still come back from this. I mean, I've gone like 0-2 and then end up doing really well afterwards. So it's definitely... First round loss isn't terrible. Definitely... I'm wondering if I could have played that better. I'm trying to think of ways. It was a very tough situation, missing an attack multiple turns in a row, to be honest. It was very hard to win there. I could, like, Fez to draw cards. I mean, Ionoing him... I was going for Pidgey early game personally, but it's not an easy call. Yeah, that's definitely... I think that's the one call. Yeah, I don't think either... Yeah. That's the only call in the game that, was, like, horrible. I think definitely that last turn, I played it a little weird. but at the same time, it wasn't terrible. I mean, either way, what he did with Baby Moon, he could have also done with Petront, because he had the double Dark Patch. The only difference was that Petront could bring up Baby Moon, and he could, like, Pokemon Catcher. Or Boss. So... Actually, wow, he only plays one Gust. He plays one Prime Catcher. That's his only Gust in the deck. Okay, chances were he was not finding Gust, honestly. So, I think he got kind of lucky. I mean, I guess he had a thin deck, but, he only plays one Gust card in the entire deck. So, he, like, had to draw that. That seems really tough. He did manage to do it, though. I would have tried Fez if I drew away to get Zard. I was sorting away Duskull for Big Zard and making him... Yeah. I mean, then he does the same thing that he did. I mean, with that current hand, that probably was correct to try and, like, Thorton for Zard. Yeah. Yep. Correct. That line also died to what he had. You're right. But I think you are correct that it's the optimal line. Just because the line didn't work doesn't mean it wasn't the best line. I think I Fez for cards and then try to get Big Zard. Although, now that I think about it, isn't everything in my deck, like, equally hard from... I feel like Radzard's equally hard for his deck to knock out to Zard. Let me see his list. Let's see. So, if I could have set up... I think maybe, because he had two cards in hand, Iono would put him down to a lower hand. It might not work, but I don't hate the idea of, like, Iono move his hand down one more card. Because by the end, like, he had to Ultra Ball his hand and only had one card left. If he had one less card, he might not be able to do it. So I tried, like, Fez, draw, find Super Rod to get back Radzard. Yeah, or I think best boots even don't know. Exactly. So yeah, if I Super Rod back the Radzard, get the Radzard on the bench, and then Iono, that lowers his hand size by 1, which seems good for the Iono. And I think that's actually not a bad play. I think what I would probably do is try to Rod back Radzard, still attack with Radzard, because everything in his list one hits the Radzard, essentially. So, I mean, every attacker either one hits or it doesn't. Like, the Baby Moon, of course, doesn't. The Petront one hits Radzard, but also one hits Pidgeot, so it's the same, and same thing with the Moon. Either he can hit infinite damage or not enough damage. Although, Zard EX is harder to knock out with Petront, which means he would need to get 3 on Moon. That's it. Because Petront does 300, he needed to get 330. So actually, I guess I could also see going for Zard because it requires him to not just set up an attacker. Because, I mean, setting up Moon requires 1 more energy. So he would rather set up Petront and then just knock out my active. So I know there's either an argument of Iono and Super Rod back Radzard, or just set up Zard EX to make it harder for its Petront to one-hit me. I think those two are definitely better plays than what I did. So, yeah. Interesting. Glad to be testing for Louisville in this. Because it's not that unlikely that I come across Moon. I mean, I could. So, I think if I come across Moon, I wouldn't be super surprised, but just knowing how to play against it is nice. Oh, I thought this was ladder. I'll stop talking about lines. Okay, nope. It's okay. I'm not playing. Dang, how do you lose a Moon? That matchup feels free. I guess you just joined the stream. So, pretty much how I, lost to Moon was I just bricked. I went first, Poffin for double Mander. He ends up knocking out my only Pidgey. Did I have a fire in my starting hand? Wait, I should have retreated the Pidgey. Oh, wait. I think I literally had a fire in my starting hand. Let me go check, actually. I think I totally misplayed, because if I had gotten a Pidgeot, I would have been set up. I could have forced him to find Gust, and he only plays 1 Gust, which is Prime Catcher. Let's see, beginning of this game. Did I have fire in my starting hand? I did. Here. Why didn't I retreat the Pidgey? Yeah, if I retreat the Pidgey, he has to use the only Prime Catcher to knock out my Pidgey. If he doesn't, I Rare Candy Pidgeot. And he ended up winning the game with a Prime Catcher. I guess he could Darkrai it back, but he had to Darkrai it back 2 Dark Patches. It means one of them would have to be Prime Catcher. Oh! That could have worked. I did have fire, so I should have retreated the Pidgeot to the thing I had 2 of. Because he's going second. He can't evolve the Duskull. He would have to find Prime Catcher on his first turn to knock out my Pidgey. And then he uses up that resource. That's the play. Okay. Huh. Why did I not think of that? I literally had the fire energy in hand. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna be learning from that. Wow. I feel like that should have been an obvious play, but I don't know. Anyway, there's 5 minutes like someone else match. 5 minutes left till the next match. I cannot speak. Let's see. Of course, Bolt's the most popular deck. I'm not at all surprised. Because Bolt is just a good deck. Bolt is very high roll, but it feels like it's also really easy to play, I feel like, compared to a lot of other decks. There is sequencing stuff. But every deck has sequencing, so I'm not surprised so many people are playing Raging Bolt, and that's definitely what the Incineroar is meant for. Just because it's not weak to Ogerpon, it can one-hit one. How many Braver Charm do they play now? Okay, they still play one, about. A little less than one on average. Makes sense. Zard, of course, second most popular. Unfair Stamp, of course, the most popular ace spec. Prime Catcher is above Hero's Cape. For a little while, people are playing more Hero's Cape than Prime Catcher. I don't even think Hero's Cape has more merit now, because it helps against a lot against Terapagos. Why is everyone playing Terapagos? It's actually popular. I mean, it's not unpopular. 7.26% is pretty good for an online tournament. Because, I mean, all the percentages are less than they would be in, like, an in-person tournament. And in-person, you'll probably see all of these meta percentages go up a little bit. But the reason is that there's so many, like, road decks people play in online tournaments that everything is down. I feel like in actual tournaments, Terapagos Dusknoir would definitely be higher. Also, Terapagos Dusknoir isn't necessarily hard to play. But I feel like Dusknoir is, like, some players just can't grasp Dusknoir very easily. Especially when the deck, like, Terapagos is entirely focused on. At least Zard, you, like, use it, like, once, maybe twice in a game. Where Terapagos is, like, the main focus, and I think that's hard for some players. Although I feel like the deck is so fun that people would definitely pick it up. Also, looks like good people will play Boothwant. Thorns and Snorlax should be 0%. That's on God. Play the game. Let's see. Thorns, 2.4%. 2.4% for Snorlax Stall. That's actually pretty low. Also, I think Snorlax... My opinion on Snorlax is that it's not terrible to play against if you play it right. There's a lot of resource management strategies of, like, wondering, do I use this card in my hand, or are they going to Eerie? You have to kind of predict if they're going to Eerie, or if they're going to miss Fortune Sisters. You can fill your bench quickly to stop Accompanying Flute, or you can hope they don't hit Accompanying Flute, wait a little while to put the more important things on your bench. There's definitely strategies for sure. Also, I feel like with Zard, I end up just against Snorlax being super, super aggressive. Making aggressive, risky plays so I can Dusknoir wipe their board as fast as possible. All the top players for the main power playing Terapagos for Louisville. I definitely think that's a good choice. I almost want to play it, but I've been sticking with Charizard so long that I feel like I shouldn't switch 2 weeks before the event. In fact, now it's like a week and a half, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to switch off Zard. But after Louisville, I'm probably going to play Terapagos some more. When I streamed it, I did really well with it. But yeah, Dig memes with the Thorns, I do kind of agree. Thorns is not super fun to play against, because blocking your abilities makes the game feel more luck-based. It's just, do I find what I need off my supporters without using abilities? If you get lucky, you win against Thorns like every time. If you hit everything you need. But I'm just saying test that matchup heavy, for sure. Terapagos is definitely one I would like to test. I think it's... I mean, I've tested Terapagos against Zard, not the other way around much, although I did do it once. I won, but the problem is they priced Triple Noctowl and Dusknoir, so it's not super fun to play either. Yeah. I've had fun against Snorlax. Against Thorns, I really don't enjoy playing against it. I think it's part of the meta, I just kind of gotta accept it, but Snorlax and Control I enjoy. I think also Banette is pain to play against. Thorns a bad deck and loses Dragapult and Terapagos? Yeah, for sure. Hello, my favorite 6-3 merchants. I hope you're doing well. That's so true. I keep going 6-3. I really do. Except the one time where 6-3 somehow made top cut, which is crazy. I think Thorns is an awful deck. It really isn't that great. Specifically, I think Dragapult has a better time against it than so. Yeah, I think Dragapult can beat it because the tool just makes it so easy for Dragapult to power themselves up. The hardest thing for Zard is you can just hammer their stuff away, but Dragapult, they only need one energy and a tool that they can Arven for, and to play 3 or 4 Arven. And then, and Terapagos is like, rule box abilities exist, but they're not vital to the deck. Noctowl doesn't have a rule box, so. Thorns, I agree, is awful. I think Banette has some merit. There's 3 Banette Gardevoir, 2 Banette Dusknoir. And I don't like playing Banette. Banette is not a fun deck to play against. Playing it maybe will be interesting, but especially Guardy Banette, like Gravity Stone in this deck, we're like, okay, I'm gonna Gust your Fezandipiti or something. Attach Gravity Stone. I unlock you every turn, do 30. Then I'm going to use my Radiant Alakazam to move 20 and get 30 off. So I'm essentially only doing 10 damage every turn, which gives them 19 turns, because the last one does 30 damage, knock me out. So I'm just trapped for 19 turns, which also means that they're getting 360 damage on my bench when I'm trapped. Unless I can find a way to get out of the active, which is like Turo or Thorton. Of course, Thorton requires me to switch into, like, maybe a Cleffa because I have Fear Retreat, and I still have Wind Retreat because of Gravity Stone, so I still have to retreat. And Turo, I mean, I can find it, but I'm item locked, so I don't have a way to search it. Unless I can find, like, a Lumineon. So, the net feels weird. You know, Dusknoir is a big fat attacker and not Dusknoir is a stall engine. I agree. I think, the net Dusknoir isn't bad, but it's bricky. It really is. Although Cyrus Davis, is this a real Cyrus Davis? I think it might be. I mean, he went 0-1, but Cyrus Davis is a good player, for sure. I'm gonna try Puff and Grab into Flare Mane to block Iron Thorn. Can we kill it? Yep. Although my Zard, of course, doesn't have Flutter Mane, so... Thorns is winnable, for sure, if I play Cologne. Otherwise, it's winnable, but very bad. In best of 3, I'm almost always gonna lose unless I get ridiculously lucky. However, I'm not worried about Thorns. I don't think I'm gonna fight it at a regional. It was, like... It's higher online. Like, the percentage share for Thorns being 2.42% in person at the next regional, I think it's going to be even lower because people are going to realize it loses to the best decks in the format, Terapagos and Dragapult. It might be Ogerpon. I think Ogerpon can still beat it, especially because they have like the Sandy Shocks, which is a cheap attacker that can damage. So it feels like Ogerpon has an alright matchup. Also, if you find any Noctowl versions against like Drago or Ogerpon, Noctowl can get them set up, despite the ability lock. Charizard Pidgeot is definitely the one you're favored against, but all of the other top ones seem sketchy, depending on the list you fight. Feels like a worse version of Dusknoir Parap or Pokestop Zard. I could see that. I don't know. It's a very different idea. The idea is you item lock them, and then, like... Because, again, Zard, when you're item locked, they're like, okay, I'm going to evolve this Charmeleon. Once they evolve to Charmeleon and they manually evolve to Zard, they get a single Zard and they win. So you have to Dusknoir their Charmeleon so they can never get a Zard. Also, because Banette does so little damage, it allows you to do damage elsewhere, which does help. I agree it's not impressive, though. I don't know about Pokestop Zard. I've seen it around. I don't know if it's that great. It feels very high roll. Like, feels like you have to get quite lucky for it to work. And if your opponent gets a fast setup, it feels like it can't really wipe their board very well like it intends to do. But I do see the merit of Pokestop Zard. Of course, Dusknoir Terapagos is very good. I'd argue it's the best deck right now. Yeah. Alright. 3 minutes passed. I guess they're doing a judge call or something while waiting for the next match, but should be able to get into the next match soon, hopefully. I mean, I guess I was looking at lists some, but let's see. It's kind of hard to look at Zard lists when they play so many different things now. Some of y'all playing double Rotom is weird. 1.05 Rotons on average. So it looks like slightly more than 1. That's a little weird. I like how people are cutting Manaphy. Half of them cutting Manaphy is very smart. Cleffa, I mean, I like Cleffa, but Zard wants to go first in the new format because Terapagos, if you fight it and you don't go first, it's tough. I think first is just a way Zard wants to go in this format because the amount of Terapagos and how much worse the matchup is if you go second. Which is why I think Rotom is like, oh my gosh, no. No! The net? Come on! I was just talking about Cyrus Davis's Banette. Goodness. Alright. Send him a request, I'm just waiting for him to reply. And yes, I'm fighting Cyrus Davis, and I mean, maybe this is kind of weird to say, but like fighting an unfair match can be interesting, considering how you're definitely a way better player than me. Cyrus Davis. I mean, I don't think it's quite as bad, with Cyrus Davis to, fight, Bennett. Like, who did I fight? Who was it? I think it was Calvin Connor. I thought Calvin Connor and Top Cut in the Zard Mirror. At least it's not the Zard Mirror, so it's not, like, so easy for them to out-skill me. Bennett, I feel like, is less skill-based, so there's still options for me to beat Cyrus Davis. But the difference between fighting Cyrus Davis and Bennett and fighting the Zard Mirror is that I'm definitely unfavored of Bennett. Zard Mirror, I was only unfavored because of how skill-based the matchup is. Bennett, I'm just unfavored in general. But I win the coin flip, and he gets Tails or doesn't start with Shuppet. Maybe I win. Alright, Cyrus Davis, come on. I go 0-1, and then I fight one of, like, the best European players, really? This is gonna be fun. But if I beat Cyrus Davis on stream, then that makes me look like a good player. So let's see if I can do it. Alright. Oh, that Zard list is a mess, by the way. Logical Raptors. That's not one Zard list. That's kind of showing the, cards from every Zard list combined and how they end up going together. Alright, sent him a challenge. Let's do this. This is going to be terrifying. I need to go first. This matchup... So, I like to say the meta is not a coin flip meta. I like to say, hey, there's a lot of coin flips in this meta, but it's not completely determined by coin flip like people say. And then I go and fight the net, and maybe my point doesn't quite stand as well, considering how coin flippy this matchup is. Luck is a huge factor in the net. If I win the coin flip, it becomes a really good matchup. But otherwise, I mean, it's not even really good. It's like, if I go first, I win like 70% of them. No! I lost the coin flip! Oh my gosh. This is going to be a huge uphill battle. It's going to be winnable, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Okay. Let's see. What do I even do? The thing is, he's going to know how to sequence around the plays, because I know some Bennett players you can kind of play around what they do, but, here, he's definitely going to... Ooh, I actually don't hate getting down Rotom. Rotom does make this matchup better. When I had Cleffa before, it was tougher, but now when I'm not setting up, I can just draw 3 cards every turn. Do I start with Rotom? I don't hate starting with Rotom. Because I want to evolve my Charmander Charmeleon and stuff. I mean, of course, Rotom he can easily knock out, but eventually he's going to leave the active, and if he does a big attack early, I'm fine with that. He can't disrupt me turn 1. Nope. Just start with Rotom. There we go. He starts with Blood Moon. Ooh, that's the start that I want him to have. Because it's not a very good start. If he starts with Blood Moon, that definitely makes my chances feel better. Duskull, okay, Nest Ball. Yup. I'm actually rather than starting with Rotom, puts it so he can hit it earlier. Of course, he can hit my Zard early too. Oh, switch, dang it. Okay. Well, actually. Oh, I don't have a... I want to, like, gust his Blood Moon if I can. Squawk. Oof. Put that Pokestop, okay. I mean, maybe this could work. Does he play Spiritomb? No, he does not. He's playing the Dusknoir version. Always pick heads, always wins. Heads, yeah. Didn't pick heads, but still winnable. It's just terrifying. Yep. Starts trying to lock me. Okay. Oh, top deck Charmeleon. I do like that. I can use items for 1 turn. And 1 turn only. So I gotta use them I gotta use them in the most important ways possible. Litten Paralysis actually seems kind of genius, because if I paralyze his Banette, he can't attack for a turn. Also, I could set up Dusknoir or Dusclops SFA. Let's see. What do I want to do turn 1? I definitely want to get Stone set up. What does the Arven get me? Give me Poffin, maybe? No, what do I want for the item? I don't know what the best item is, because there's not many things I can use. I could get an Ultra Ball, because Ultra Ball can find me Lumineon. Or it can find me Fez. See, I want to just get aggressive draw, because it makes it easier to set things up. If I can be aggressive, I should have a good chance. I could get Fez. Oh, I do have Dusclops in hand, so there's also an argument to get Poffin because of that. I could also Pokestop, although if I lose important resources, it sucks. But, I mean, what can I lose? Is there anything that I could... I guess there are stuff I could lose. I think Arven gets me Nest Ball for Fez, though. It's a little weird. Stone. Oh, there's no Nest Ball, so I'd have to Ultra Ball. Still kind of like getting Fez. I mean, I could also get a Duskull. Because evolving to Dusclops manually actually doesn't seem bad. You know what? I'll get Poffin for Duskull. Evolving Dusclops manually does seem like an alright strategy. Of course, not having Fez slows me down slightly, but I can likely draw into Fez soon. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I could also Ultra Ball to thin away items that I don't need, although I don't use any of those. This is all a weird decision. I'm gonna hold the Stone in hand. I can likely find another Arven if I miss what I need anyway. Could get double Duskull in case he kills one so that I can evolve the other. I don't need Pidgey with this setup. Pokestop could just thin. Pokestop does thin, but I don't want to lose any important resources. Once again, I've talked about that. So it's like weird if I want to thin or if I lose everything I need and then it causes problems. Okay. He's just gonna Iono me. He probably is. But I can instant charge afterwards. I'm likely to find another Arven. The reason if he knocks out my Rotom and it has Stone attached, that causes me problems. I don't want that to happen. So, what's he dusking? Or is he not gonna dust? Okay, he's gonna dust. What's he dusking? He knocks out my Charmander. Oh, he's gonna knock out both my Charmanders. That is kind of scary, although if he knocks out both my Charmanders immediately, he uses up 2 Dusks and allows me to kind of set up a Radzard play. I can also Stone. I can Stone for Thorton to get Charmander back, and then evolve it to Charmeleon, and if he's used double Dusknoir, it could be tough for him. That's a good option. Iono. Expected that. Expected, but not too worried about it. Let's see if he can even find a Banette, okay? I don't hate that. Psychic, okay. He's got the Banette, right? Night Fetcher, that gets... with their Banette in the discard? Candy, okay, he's gonna Dusk... Oh, he's gonna kill my other Charmander, okay. That should be fine. It's not ideal, but it should be fine. Okay. But does that mean he's gonna be flipping to item lock me? If he's flipping to item lock me, I think I'm fine no matter what. As long as, like, if he gets Tails. And he's also given up so many prizes. Tough thing is I can't set up Zard right. Yeah, I can't set up Zard right now. That's not a huge problem. Oh, I could actually Ultra Ball for Lumineon and then set up Zard. It would give me Thornton. Oh, I'm 1 piece off still if I do that. I could Pokestop. Rod off Iono is 2 is cool. It is. Let's see if he gets a Banette. If he doesn't, I think I can win. Because I can, like, Thornton to set up a Zard. Tails, please. Tails. 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 Yes! Okay, so let's see. If I want to set up a Zard, I need Thornton. Ultra Ball is the first piece for that. But that's not all the pieces I need. I need another piece. Which means Pokestop can find me that other piece. Right? Pokestop can find me another Ultra Ball or something. Could also lose me Thornton, but... Could also Ultra Ball to thin out a piece first, but, Pokestop, come on! That was terrible. Wait, maybe that was... Okay, actually, I can Rod back the 3 pieces. Get the Incineroar evolved. If it's evolved, he shouldn't be able to mess me up. So as long as I can evolve it, I'm not getting an attack immediately, and I think that's okay. Yeah. Super Rod in. Charmander, Incineroar. Let's see. If I Ultra Ball for That's not quite enough pieces, so I have to, what do I do? I can Arven. Yes, I can Arven. Yes, Arven gets me Stone. Stone and Candy. That can get me my Incineroar up. Incineroar is a very good attacker. Of course, he can underbench to try and avoid its power, which I never want him to do, but might not matter too much. Just getting the Incineroar up feels like I'm set up for a little while, and he does not... If he devos it, he's not knocking it out. I mean, this seems good. I would, of course, always rather attack with something other than Incineroar, but right now I don't think that's an option. Also, there's an argument I shouldn't have used Stone, because I don't have Fire Energy available now, but I don't think that's a huge problem. It's just I don't have Fire Energy. I won't Instant Charge. Okay. Let's do this. That's pretty good. Let's see if he can item lock me. He likely can, but I don't know. The good thing is, I guess I don't get Incineroar in the active yet. Although Ultra Ball... Okay, Lumineon can find me Turo to pick up the Rotom and get Incineroar into the active. So with this current hand, I should be able to Incineroar in the active. Attach this again, okay? He's going to be trying to take 2 prizes off the Rotom. I guess that would make sense. Try and win my prizes. Okay. Lost him, get back to supporter. Probably getting back to Iono or something. Okay. Does he play Devo? He does not, and even if he does, he misses a turn of item lock. Which means I can still win. The net, yep. Okay. I do have a good bit of items in my hand. So he's gonna Poltergeist. So now what I need to do is I need to Iono my hand to the bottom so he can't knock me out for game. Although Dusknoir is a problem, isn't it? Dusknoir is a problem. He could try and Dusk for game. Like, take a prize off Dusk and then take another prize by knocking out. Although I think Iono is kind of my best bet here. If I knock out the Banette, he doesn't have another Banette, but he can probably attack with Blood Moon. Could also try and knock out the Blood Moon, actually. I don't hate knocking out Blood Moon. Wait, Dusk? I can Dusk his Dusk. I just realized that. I can Dusk his Dusk. He didn't item lock me, so if I Rare Candy Pidgeot, get another Dusk. Oh, then he has 1 prize, so he just needs a Gust. But if I can remove the Duskull. Oh, that wins me the game, doesn't it? Because Mew EX, yeah. Okay, if I can just remove the Duskull from play, I can win, right? How do I remove the Duskull from play? I would need to find a Collapsed Stadium. Do I have a Collapsed Stadium left? That's gone. Okay. I need to find, like, a Turo. That's the hard thing, is finding the Turo. Because if I Dusk his Dusk, I mean, he just needs a Gust to win at that point. He doesn't play any Gust. So it's likely that's still fine. Actually, his only Gust looks to be Counter Catcher, and he's not behind. So if I Dusk his Dusk, I don't know if he can win next turn. Now, I'd love to remove my other Duskull from play, just so he has nothing he can try and Gust and knock out to win. That would definitely be ideal, although I don't know if it's a possibility. But yeah, Dusk his Duskull means he can't use a Dusk play. His 3 cards in hand don't do it. If he Dusk his Dusk, he has 1 prize. He doesn't play Boss. His list does not play Boss. It only plays Counter Catcher. And we're going to be tied. He does play Prime Catcher. He could find Prime Catcher. I really want to remove the Duskull from play, but I don't think I can. It requires a supporter, which I cannot find. If I could find a supporter, I can remove it from play and then win that way. Sadly, I don't, so it's just relying on if he finds Prime Catcher. He does have the ability to get back a supporter with the Banette. That's the problem, if he gets back supporter with Banette. He just needs a Gust. And an Energy, I guess, technically, too. That's scary. I wish I could remove the Duskull from play. If I could, this would be way easier. The good thing is he can't Fez when he's knocked out by Burn. The bad thing is most other things about the situation, but it's still winnable. Lumineon. If I Lumineon, he can knock that out with Blood Moon. Either way, he's knocking out. Like, Lumineon to remove the Duskull doesn't matter, because either way, he has 1 prize, so... He wouldn't have been able to Dusk. Why not? I would have been at 2 prizes, so he would have been able to Dusk. Because I would have been at 2 prizes. He only can't Dusk if I'm at 1 prize, but if I was at 2, he would Dusk. I think Dusk is easier for him to find than the Prime Catcher play, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, Prime Catcher isn't that hard, but like he has to see how... No way! There is no way. Oh. I wish I could have gotten rid of the Duskull. Was there a way to get rid of it? I don't know if there was. I don't think there was. Such a tough matchup. I feel like I might have misplayed in some way. I don't know. What could I have done better? I feel like Banette is always a hard matchup, but knocking out Blood Moon would have been good, actually, wouldn't it? That would be the strategy. Knock out Blood Moon. He does play 4 Night Stretcher, so it's not super hard for him to get it back, but knock out Blood Moon might have been the best option. Maybe? I don't know. Definitely not starting out well, but, I mean, I've started out 0-2 and then made cut before, so it's still always possible. Alright. You should have Dusknoir to KO his baby Banette, which gets some research into Duskull. Maybe. I guess that makes sense, because it's harder for him to get another Dusknoir. That's fair. What's crazy is he just found the Prime Catcher anyway. That was a huge misplay, it didn't end up mattering. Yeah. Okay. This is definitely weird, the matchup, how they're going. Thorton to Candy Zard is what I thought we were going to do. Yeah, I didn't quite have the pieces, and Zard also, like, Zard either way, he's still, I guess I could Thornton, if I Thornton away the Duskull, then I still have Litten for him to knock out. Either way, there's still something for him to knock out, is this tough thing. That's what makes it so hard in that situation. Interesting, I feel like I normally play better on stream, but okay. He couldn't Dusknoir because both won prize. No, XR. We wouldn't have both been one prize if I hadn't Dusknoir. So, because he could have Dusknoir if I didn't use my Dusknoir, because then I would have been at 2. So that's what I'm saying. I had the pieces earlier. I'm curious. Did I? I thought I was, like, missing one piece because I'd already used stone. Where was it? Now I'm need to, like, look at my game again. I'm, like, analyzing my game because I almost feel like... Or let's see. Here. Oh, that was a little... Okay. So it would have been this turn. Okay. I could not have Thorntoned here. That's not what you're saying. Okay, XR. Gotcha. Because I remember you said I shouldn't Dusknoir originally, and if I shouldn't Dusknoir, then he can just Dusknoir himself. Let's see. So yeah, that was okay. Yeah, I used Dusknoir KO with Baby Banette for sure. That makes sense. Got another Candy instead of Thornton. With Arven? Arven can't only gets items, so how could I get Thornton? Let me see. So by Arven, I got Stone, right? Okay, oh yeah, he Iono's me, right? Where was it? Where did he Iono me? I think it was here. So, I mean, here... Arven could get Stone, but I can't Thornton and Arven in the same turn. So that doesn't end up helping me. Because, yeah, you can't get Thornton off of... maybe I'm mishearing you, but, yeah, I don't see how you could get a Thornton off of Arven. Other than, like, Stone to get Thornton. But, yeah, in this specific turn, I'd never be able to attack with a Zard. And then he knocked out my Rotom. Can I have the option to Ultra Ball away trainers? Let's see. If I Ultra Ball away that and that. Stone Equip before Iono would have gotten it. Yeah, the reason I didn't Stone Equip was... It would have. The reason I didn't Stone Equip was because if he were to knock out my Rotom, I'd lose access to Stone, and I was expecting him to item lock, so if I'm item locked and I don't have access to Stone, I just can't find my pieces, which is what I was worried about, because it's pretty easy for you to knock out my Rotom. But here, I could have, probably, like a turn, yeah, here, Ultra Ball away Poffin and Nest Ball. Would have made it so he can't knock me out with Banette. That's what I do there. Because then I don't think Banette can knock out my Rotom at that point. And then I throw up my Rotom. Yeah, that's what I do. So he tries to Poltergeist, but I've Ultra Balled away so many cards that he can't Poltergeist to knock me out. Because 4 trainers was exactly enough, but if I were to Ultra Ball away 2 of those trainers for another piece I needed, then he couldn't do that. And I could probably Ultra Ball for Lumineon to have a supporter next turn. That was the strategy. Okay. Because, yeah, if I Ultra Ball this away, he can't banana. I guess I was kind of expecting him to item lock me, but I Poltergeist was correct play there, so I definitely should Ultra Ball away items. Interesting. Alright. Okay. Well, it may seem dire starting 0-2, but let's win it out, right? Remember in seniors I started at 0-2 and still ended up winning $250. So I've come back many times before. I'm gonna try and do it again. The good thing is if you start out 0-2, you normally fight worse players. It should also mean like weird item lock decks or something, but yeah. Alright. So guess I can actually I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back in like a few minutes. By the way, next match starts in 8 minutes, but I'll be back before then. Alright, I'm back. So 2 minutes left till the next match. Let's hope I can come back. Should be doable for sure. Should at least be able to make phase 2. I mean, every tournament I've played of this season of online tournaments, I have gotten at least top 64. I think my worst placement was 50th place. So, in theory, if I continue with that, I get points towards this tournament at the end of this online season, so I'd be happy with top 64 at this point, and I think it's very doable, for sure. So, yeah. I'm very interested in what I fight next round. I feel like once I start out 0-2, I start fighting non-meta, but that might be okay. Because if I fight non-meta for a little while, that often can mean I win, unless they're playing weird text for Zard. But yeah. Anyway. So, the Shroud of Fable's Palafin EX and Chain is interesting. Yeah, I've seen that. It's really interesting with the Pecharunt. Very cool deck for sure. Very unique. I like it. Anyway. Let's look at the metagame. Let's look at Charizard. Let's look at some Dragapult lists for the minute we have. If you notice something, where's the Pidgeot? None of these 20 people play Pidgeot. Because apparently this deck is good without Pidgeot somehow. I don't know how it's good with no Pidgeot and no Xatu and no Zard, no nothing. It's just straight up like Tatsugiri, Lumineon, Fezandipiti, and Rotom. I don't know how this works, but it did win the Dortmund Regional. So, must be something good about it. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Actually interested. It's not necessarily related to the video, and I'm curious how people like to play Dragapult. I don't understand the version without Pidgeot. I mean, I get it has Dusknoir, but like, no Pidgeot is just somewhat weird to me. So I'm going to set up a poll as the next match begins, asking that exact question. Because I'm very curious as to that. Alright. So, kind of an interesting question. Okay, my next match is up, by the way, so I'll start that. Oh, Goldingo. I think Goldingo should be a good matchup, and I think Incineroar makes it a lot better. Yeah, it should be a good one. Alright, there we go. Now let's start this match. Alright. I sent a request. Alright, let's do this. And restarting my game. Sounds good. Let's do this. This should be a matchup in which Incineroar is a lot more relevant than the previous matchups, I thought. I was kind of hoping to fight meta. The thing is, of course, list is very anti-meta. So when I end up fighting Banette and Moon, I mean, Moon should be favored in general, but like when I fight Banette, my list is not built for that at all. Of course, I almost managed to win, but still. Very interesting. Alrighty. Let's get, accept the challenge. Good luck. Tails. Clown, it is heads. Gets to choose. In theory, I'm fine going either way, right? I don't think I care if I go first or second that much in this matchup. He's going first, so I'm going second. That's fine. I don't think it matters too much. So he's going first, so I can start with Cleffa. That's actually a really good start. One worry, he plays Radiant Greninja and Palkia. So he could try to do an early board wipe. This is one of the few matchups where that actually could come up in an important way. Which is somewhat scary. Draw 2 cards, I do. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Got a crazy good setup now. Palkia! Well, that definitely makes it easier for him to do Rad Ninja if he starts with that. Of course, then I can knock out the Palkia in return and kind of make an even prize trade. And maybe, like, stamp him as well or something. That seems good. Yeah, I think I have to Arven for a Poffin. Okay, he Poffins, so he's getting starting set up. Yeah, I think this matchup I want to go first. He's getting the first attack feels really good in this matchup. Especially if he gets Palkia down turn 1 that I can easily knock out with Incineroar. I just love if he has no more draw. He just says, like, gimme ghouls and then just passes because I didn't have Rad Ninja. Of course, I'm playing Free Fight for Maniacs. Is a little scary. Okay, it's Bidoof. This should be fine. In theory, it is a favored matchup. It's just not super favored. That's all okay. See what he discards. He's playing slower than I expected. I like him losing one of his 2 Night Stretcher. That definitely feels nice. Alright. I guess telling me start before, I guess you had prize checked before, so it's just, I don't know, it's taking so long on his choice. Maybe he's like deciding if he wants 2 water, like a water and a metal, I don't know. 2 water, okay. You gonna power up Palkia? I mean, I guess you could treat it to Rad Ninja and Star Portal. Just that kind of makes sense. I do not play Manaphy, which is probably fine. It's just a little bit weirder in this specific matchup, but I'm not super worried about it. Arven for Poffin and the Defiance Band. I like the idea of knocking out a Palkia with a Defiance Band. Of course, I do have to attach Defiance Band ahead of time in order to do that. That's fine. I mean, he might knock out my Litten, but I'm gonna pop in first, of course. Let me see. So when I Ultra Ball, I'm not drawing as many cards from Cleffa as I'd like, although that's not like a problem necessarily. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Attach a Fire, attach Defiance Band, and draw 2 more. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't need a whole lot of cards off Cleffa anyway. They're not like vital. There's also an option to fake out, but then it just evolves and removes special conditions, so. If he snipes 2 of my guys, I should be in an okay position. Definitely not perfect, but it's doable. Also, don't know what the chances are he even goes after Incineroar stuff. If he goes after my Litten, that is somewhat problematic. But that requires a Gust. He does play 2 Boss and a Prime Catcher. He Prime Catcher he gets out of the active. He Iridad, so he can't Boss. Make you think he might not Prime Catcher. Especially considering it's already attached for turn. I feel like he probably is trying to set up a Radiant Greninja play. Urda gets Radiant Greninja. Or he gets Palkia and Ultra Ball. If he has a Water Energy in hand, he can Ultra Ball away. Because, yeah, he needs another Water Energy, but if he has that, then I guess he has the Radiant Greninja play. Okay, Palkia, Heavy Ball. Heavy Ball probably finds Radiant Greninja. And then Radiant Greninja requires him to have one more water. Or a metal actually works too, doesn't it? Yeah, he gets Radiant Greninja. He just needs one more energy if he wants to attack with that thing. He concealed? It's a metal. It means he probably has another metal in hand if he did that. Because I think he's going to treat the Greninja and then Star Portal and try to attack with Moonlight Shuriken. But if he misses, that'd be great, because discarding the metal means there's a chance he doesn't have another. Why would he boss? To knock out my Litten, because my Litten does 270 if he takes a prize, and then knocks him out with Burn, and he can't Fez. Of course, he had Radiant Greninja optimally, but he could Gust if he misses the Radiant Greninja. Such as that. Knocking out the Cleffa is actually good for me, because now I can just easily knock out his Palkia and cause him a whole bunch of problems. Probably should have checked closer to see if Incense prize. I don't think it is, but technically don't know for sure. Arven for a candy. Incineroar prize. Oh, thank goodness it's not. I should have definitely checked closer, but I'm good. I could stamp. I can quick. Honestly, I don't need a quick search. Arven gets me stamp. No. Arven get me candy and stone. And then I Ultra Ball for the evolution. Yeah, boss is not necessary, considering his attacker is the thing I want to hit most of the time. Fire, not necessary either, especially when I have Rod. So I can get the Incineroar ready. Candy, Incineroar. Put down Dusk. I will Rod back. I guess maybe I like getting back to Fire. I don't know if I need to get back to Cleffa, though. It just feels like, I mean, I haven't lost any rods, so I feel like it's kind of fine to just get rid of a rod to do that. Feels alright. And I can stamp. Boop. Alright, now he has a lower hand size, and I knock out his Palkia, and I have a Dusclops set up to do some stuff. Now, of course, I could try to Nor his Bidoof, but that does activate Fezandipiti. Oh, I can't even Nor this turn, actually, because I just put down the Evolved Dusclops. So, yeah, I just knock out the Palkia. Anything else I want to set up? Not particularly. Just do this. If he finds Fezandipiti, he can't use it because he's knocked out by Burn rather than damage. Or, I guess it doesn't matter if it's damage Fezandipiti. So the fact that he's knocked out in between turns means he can't draw cards. Yeah. Okay. That worked. Okay. That worked. That worked. Cool. Now, bring up the Gimme Goal. If he knocks me out, I still am winning the prize trade. If he doesn't knock me out, I'm certainly winning the prize trade. Him making Defire kind of sucks, because I'm not knocking him out with Burn, I'm actually knocking him out with damage because of his weakness, but it's fine. It's gonna Dusk me. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I can win next turn. Can't I? I have every piece I need to win next turn. If he knocks me out, I win. I think. Wait. Okay. So what I need, he goes to 3 prizes, right? I Dusk to put into 2. Then I Briar. So the pieces I need for that are a few things. First, I need Zard. Rare Candy Zard. Stone gets me Candy. Quick Search gets me Zard. Lumineon gets me Briar. I need one more piece. I need Dusk. If he knocks me out and I find Dusknoir, I win the game. Or I need any of the pieces. I can top deck a Briar, I can top deck an Ultra Ball, I can top deck a Candy, I can top deck a Zard, I can top deck a Fezandipiti. All of those give me a chance to win. Oh no! Jamming Tower makes it harder. Jamming Tower definitely makes it harder to do the Briar play. Okay. That makes me need an extra piece. Which means I might not be able to get the Briar play, sadly. I would love the Briar play. But yeah, the extra piece makes it not feasible. The good thing is I'm still winning the prize trade, so it's not necessarily required to get the Briar play. because of how far ahead I am on the prize trade right now. Nevertheless, I love the Briar play if I can get it. Okay, Superior. He needs 8 energy. He's only got 4 in the discard. He can't draw that much more. Especially considering he can't use Fez. So, that should be fine. Hate the jamming tower, because I think it makes it way harder to get the Briar play. Collapsed Stadium gone? It's not. I mean, even if I find Collapsed Stadium top deck, I still am 1 piece off. Okay, Nest Ball or Ultra Ball for Fezandipiti does give me a chance to draw what I need, actually. That is an option, is like Fezandipiti stuff. Although I don't even know if he's going to knock me out. Like, I'm planning the whole turn based on the fact that he knocked me out, but he might just not. So, I might be worried over nothing. Poffin, what you getting to play? I don't think he's knocking me out. Yeah, I think it's pretty likely he's not. I've just been playing my turn on the worst case scenario. But most likely, he just does... Oh my goodness! That was like nothing. Wait. Okay. I just win the prize trade, like, guaranteed now, so I might as well just, like, knock out his Bidoof. To, like, mess up his setup even more. Like, at this point, I feel like I just aggressively chase his setup because he cannot win, pretty much. So as long as I set myself up and aggressively chase his setup. Let's see, Radiant Ninja does 180. Radiant Ninja would knock this guy out while also knocking out my bench. So we take 3 prizes. That's still not enough, though. And we also can't without Palkia. So, Arven, I guess, for Ultra Ball, maybe? I don't know. It's not that important what I do. Oh, I think... Is Dusknoir? Where's Dusknoir? Is it in the discard? Is it prized? Oh, it's prized. Okay. Well, then I get, like, Candy instead of just another Zard. He does not play Devo, right? No, he does not play Devo. So I just set up another Zard. Might as well. More setup, the better, right? I mean, I guess there's no reason not to just set up as much as I can. Candy Zard. Also, my Incineroar is going to start costing a little more to attack in a sec. So I might as well get another energy on it, just because of the attack cost increase that's about to come. Because next turn it will cost 1 more. I have an extra energy that yeah, everything else I'm here. I mean, yeah, there's nothing, he can't trap me because I have Quick Search, so. I mean, I could just keep going overkill and setting up more and more things. But I don't think there's a reason for it. I think I have everything I need on the board to win. You're not gonna have Pidgeot, I won't need Gust, but... I guess I could have set up, like, removing his jamming tower so I always have Stone available. I can Nest Ball for Fez. Like, I just want to make sure it's as likely as possible I win next turn. Like, there's nothing he can do to stop it. Because gusting my Pidgeot and then Ionoing me is a chance for him to win. Oh, then I just bring up Zard and knock out his Goldingo, though, don't I? I don't know. I feel like I just win no matter what. But I like setting up as many options because I don't think he's winning. He got a 50 HP Gimme. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess it didn't... There was no reason to hit the Gimme right now. Like... The reason I would go after the Bidoof is because it's a draw engine. Gimme is not a draw engine. So I don't care about the Gimme. I mean, sure, it takes a prize. But I'm, like, guaranteed finding boss anyway. Also, he just removed Jamming Tower. Reactivating my Lumineon Stone stuff. I mean, I have ridiculous setup. Wait a minute. Oh, that would be a hilarious way to win. I can pull that off, I think. So I can Dusknoir twice for game here. I can literally Dusknoir twice, knock out 2 things. So Dusknoir, Thorton back Duskull, Super Rod back Dusknoir, Quick Search for Dusknoir, Lumineon, attach Stone for Candy. I literally have all the pieces to Dusknoir twice in a turn with my current hand. That's hilarious. I don't think I've ever been able to do that. Just Dusknoir 2 times in the exact same turn. But with this current hand, it is easy to do. Of course, there's no reason to do it. It's just a waste of time, of my opponent's time. I mean, I've got plenty of time in the game, but I don't think it's worth just wasting my opponent's time on that. But it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. I like it. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Like, I guess I can just say I have the option to Dusk, Thorton back Duskull, Rare Candy Dusk, and Dusk again. But I don't know if I'm going to do it, even though it's so cool, just because it's kind of wasting my opponent's time when it's kind of rude. Could double Dusknoir for GG? Okay, fine, you want to see it? Okay. I feel like it's kind of rude to do, but I can double Dusknoir for GG, so I guess I might as well. Now, chances are he concedes. But yes, I can double Dusknoir for GG, if you want to see it. I feel somewhat bad for my opponent, but, yeah. Just, I guess I'll do it. I guess it's not that mean. It doesn't take that long. As long as I just play it fast, it's not, like, super mean. Because, yeah, double Dusknoir for GG is a fun play. Ultra Ball. Zatu, just a equivalent Zatu. Interesting. I'm gonna look at the votes after this match, by the way. I'm curious how they're going. BM Arven. Badmouth Arven. Yeah, bad man. I mean, I think it is bad manners. That's the thing. That's why I don't know if I want to double Dusknoir, because I feel like it's just kind of rude to extend the game when I have game right in front of me. Like, I already talked through the play. I don't have to actually show off the play to be cool. I mean, I could. I don't know. It feels like, yeah, it definitely feels like bad manners. Because, I mean, I have a double Dusk and it seems fun, but... I mean, I could. Maybe it would just be really... It would be funny. Superior! Well, that means he's knocking me out, I think. So he's doing something. You like my meta analysis? You should make another best A-Spec video or explain the meta for beginner video. That would be a cool idea. Yeah, I think I could make a sequel to the best A-Spec stuff, I think. Didn't I make a short on it? Yeah, I think I made a short on it. And that was before they were released. But yeah, that'll be a good idea, talking about the best A-Specs. I could probably make a short. I haven't made a short in a little while. What if you misclick on Dusk, and then I literally just attack with Zard? I win with it. The thing is, all I need to do to win is just click Burning Darkness. Draw from turn, click Burning Darkness, and I win. So even if I misclick on the Dusk, I can still win by just clicking Burning Darkness. I don't know, it seems like a weird, fun play, but also rude. Like, quite rude to, like, take... Like, it would be 4 actions when I don't need to take that many at all. No, 5 actions. Or I guess, yeah, 4 actions. Just kind of mean. I'm still wondering if it would just be fun to watch, but... Yes, maybe I am just an evil, badmouther. I guess this matchup is just... Man, how long did that turn take? I guess Wendigo takes long turns, but... I mean, I think I just hit him. I could go for the fun win, but... What did he misclick on? Yeah, because that's possible. I could, like, misclick on retreating, I guess. I'm just... Boom. I'm just... Yeah, real, exactly. I know. I had the Dusk play. I'm not doing it. It's just not nice. Evil Arven, exactly. Yeah. Well, I didn't let my evil take over, and I just did the kind thing. Took the game the proper way. Alright. Well, I finally won a game. Maybe I can come back. 1-2, of course, is not the best record. Oh, you are no fun. I'm sorry. I know. It's not quite as fun to watch when I don't do the double Dusknoir win, but... I mean, sometimes being nice is more important than being fun. Alright. So, 8 minutes left. I get a gold and... Oh, my goodness. I don't remember I get my Golden Go Pokemon wrap. Oh, right. Duh. Now I know what you're talking about. How did I not see that pun? Gold and Go, the Pokemon. Okay, that makes sense. Now I see the pun in what you were saying. That makes more sense, yeah. I get my Golden Go. What that reminded me of was the old video of the kids singing "I play Pokemon Go every day." But that was like a 2016 meme or something when Pokemon Go first came out. I want to play it, but of course it's probably copyrighted, which is funny how you would copyright a song about playing Pokemon Go, but it almost certainly is. So I guess I can't react to it. But it is pretty funny. Anyway, 7 minutes till the next match. What do I do in between? First, I'm going to check on the poll. Because I'm actually very interested. I feel like with the new type of Dragon Ball doing well that didn't have Pidgeot, people might be thinking Pidgeot is better, but I'm not so sure. I've never been a huge fan of Pidgeot. Alright. Let's see. Pidgeot with the Dusk. Yes. Okay. That is not what I expected, actually. It really isn't. This is a very, very surprising poll to me. So, guess that's the decision. I was not expecting that, actually. Because Pidgeot with the Dusk, I've been talking to a lot of good players. I mean, they're local players. They're not, like, top players, but they're good players still. I mean, even good players on, like, servers I'm on and stuff say that Dusk is not great in Dragon Ball because there's not room to be consistent when you play. Like, you're not consistent if you play both Pidgeot and Dusk, considering Dragon Ball needs so much more setup than Zard. Pidgeot no Dusk, of course, seems weird, but it won the latest regional. And Dusk no Pidgeot... Oh, no, sorry. Dusk no Pidgeot won the latest regional. Pidgeot no Dusk was the one that a lot of people were thinking was good, but hasn't done too well. But yeah, Dusk no Pidgeot is the one that won the regional. 2 people voting Xatu also surprised me. I personally believe Xatu is the weakest version. Now, it's not weak. I think it's just the weakest. Even weaker than just having Dusk and no Pidgeot at all. You kind of build your deck around, like, aggressive Vs to set up. Very, very interesting. Alright. I mean, I keep very slowly looking through this meta, just looking at lists. I mean, you know, talking about how this one doesn't have Dusk. Or doesn't have Pidgeot. But yeah, Terrapagos, Dusknoir. Surprised there are not more of these for sure. It's so good. I mean, the lists aren't too surprising overall. I guess most people seem not be playing Bouffon. It's 0.67, but if you play Bouffon, you play at least 2. So, it seems like most people don't have it, which makes sense. Everyone's got Briar, that's smart. Yeah, I think these lists are fine. I mean, Chorus is not at all. Having Thorton is interesting. I don't know if I see Thorton that much, but I guess that's kind of nice. Because you have to fill your bench with stuff. You can Thorton to still get a Terra play, even if your bench is full. That does seem really good, actually. Anyway. And then, Drago's next. Drago has always felt weird to me, I don't know. People we're saying it's the best deck, and now people aren't saying it's the best deck anymore, despite the format not changing much for it. Like, in theory, it's pretty good in the Dragapult. I don't know, maybe not, I don't know. Seems like, I guess, probably loses... No, I think it should be fine into Terrapagos. Like, it can one-hit Terrapagos pretty easily. It can Dragapult to set up KOs on Hoots, it can cure them. So it feels like because Terrapagos is so good, wouldn't Drago be better? But a lot of people are not doing Drago. Time till next round? 3.5 minutes. I don't know. I don't quite understand why Drago's going down. When used to, I heard so many people saying it's BDIF. Because it hasn't changed much. Also crazy. It seems like Dragapult actually, if you combine the two, is like maybe the most popular deck if you combine all the builds. Is there another build Dragapult anywhere? Just, oh yeah, maybe there isn't. There's 2 there, that's like 1%. Yeah, it seems like Dragapult is like the second most popular deck if you combine the builds of them. I guess makes sense after winning the last regional. Dragapult Pidgeot here. About half the people seem to have a Dusknoir in this. Makes sense. League Headquarters and Devolution are interesting. I'm glad they're only half. I feel like Devolution is so scary. As our player. Also glad people are cutting Gravity Gemstone. I saw a lot of people playing this, and I never understood why it's that great in Dragapult. I like seeing like Banette, but like Dragapult, Gravity Gemstone feels really weak. Anyway. Alright, let's see. It's like, in my opinion, Pult with Pidgey from playing it. But the #1 Dortless is fun to play once mastered. Makes sense. So with the Pidgey, do you play Dusknoir in your Pidgeot Pult? Because yeah, I'm not sure if Pidgeot, like a lot of people are saying Pidgeot with Dusk, but I feel like there's just not room to fit both and be consistent because Dragapult has consistency issues. It does increase the power, and I don't hate it, but it seems like you just hurt your consistency so much by doing that. So I'm, like, not sure about it, for sure. A little bit sketchy. But, yeah. Anyway. So there's a minute till the next match, and then we can get in. Hopefully there's not a judge call that extends it. No, I charge Dusk, but it's either or. Makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. Dusk feels so inconsistent, but at the same time, it does have merit for sure. Not sure how good it is. Yeah. I guess I can talk about the meta some more. I have a little bit of time, like a minute. I can probably gonna go through at least like the top 6 or something. I don't know. Miraidon. Well, a few of them play Thorns. More Peko? Raikou V. Oh, Raichu V. I was like, Raikou V. Oh, yeah. Okay. Feels like the lists are, like, getting more tech. Also, if I'm noticing... Oh, yeah, they do have Mewtwo EX. I guess they're getting more tech because they play Mewtwo EX in Area 0. This is where Pikachu EX is huge. Let me show you Pikachu EX. This is Pikachu EX. That's not gonna help. So what it does, it's lightning, and Retreat got to 1, which means Miraidon can find it. I mean, Mewtwo's still lightning, but it's Retreat got to 2, and it can't attack. Of course, this can't attack either. But as Retreat got to 1, unlike Mewtwo, and its ability, if it's full HP and be knocked out, it becomes 10 HP instead. So it's harder for them to remove their terror from play. So it's very hard to disrupt Pikachu. Which is why I think Mewtwo and Miraidon are the great, and Pikachu is. Also, I'm fighting Dragapult. They do not play Devo. Thank goodness. But it's still a terrifying matchup. Wait. This is the Dragapult list that, doesn't play Pidgeot. Which in theory means I can disrupt them better. I should be able to disrupt this Dragapult. Like, knock out the Dragapult with, like, a Dusknoir and then, like, stamp them and they just can't find stuff. Could work. My Pikachu does 300 damage. It costs 3 different types of energy and then discards it all. But yes, that's 300 damage. There's also a new stadium that decreases stage 2 HP by 30. So if you play that stadium, that makes all stage 2 30 less HP. 300 is exactly enough to KO a Zard and more than enough to KO a, Dragapult. So it actually seems pretty good. But, I mean, you're probably not attacking with it in Miraidon. It's mainly just there because it survives an attack. But in other lists, I feel like it's one of the best Terras because it does really solid damage. And it has an energy acceleration engine. There's a new Magneton, knock it out, attach 2 basic energy from your discard to your lightning Pokemon. It might be 1 lightning Pokemon, but either way, it doesn't have to be lightning energy, it just has to be a lightning Pokemon. Which is very important, because what that means is that you can knock out Magnezone, sure, you give your opponent a prize, but then you get 2 energy on your Pikachu, attach the 3rd type of energy, whichever the 3rd is. Do 300. If they hit you in the next turn, they're not knocking you out because you go down to 10 HP. Due to your ability. Which means they're going to have to try and do something else to damage you, like Dusk or something. Lost my Pikachu. Not a terrible idea. I guess it's reminiscent of Amazing Raikou, and it also does survive a turn. Which means I hit into it, you can just, like, power it up again with more Mirage Gates. Because I can't knock it out without, like, damaging it ahead of time. So, I mean, Monkey Dory is the main one, but not every deck plays Monkey Dory. So, something like Dusknoir. If they want to knock out your Pikachu, most decks are going to be popping their Dusk, which means they're giving you a prize to knock out your Pikachu. Which means if you're giving me a prize to knock out my Pikachu, I think I'm happy. Now, what I'm not happy about is this start. Like, it's okay. I have a Zard attack next turn. So, I can handle it. I would love a Rotom. Oh. Okay. That changes my thoughts on this start a little bit. This matchup I do not want to win. He doesn't play Devo, admittedly. But he also doesn't play Pidgeot. Okay. I mean, it knocks out... No, I think I just did Double Mander. Incineroar is not a great attacker in this matchup overall. It's not bad. Yeah, I just did double... Okay, so... Could put down another Dusk, but I might... So with my current hand, the problem is... I'm wanting an Ultra Ball away, because if I... Arven for Candy, get Pidgeot. Wait. Oh yeah, Arven gets the Ultra Ball for Pidgeot. Problem is, the Ultra Ball requires me to discard something. I don't want to discard a tool, which means I probably want to discard Thorton and Duskull. Unless I top deck something better, but I'm not going to put down the Duskull because I'm not going to need too early. And I feel like it's just like... Also, it's a really easy thing for a Dragapult to knock out early in the game. Just when I put down 2, if I only evolve 1, the Dragapult just snipes the other. Which is another weird thing, so I think I just kind of play it more safe. So, the safe option is just setting up Pidgeot, setting up Zard. Okay. Rotom, yep. Sounds good. Double Dreepy. If he gets double Dreepy, yeah, it's pretty much impossible for me to knock out both Dreepies. Sadly. It would require Dusknoir and Boss. Which I just am not getting. But, that's okay. Knocking out Duskull and getting Zard up still feels good. He doesn't seem too set up. Oh boy. That is interesting. Because I have a very, very good hand. You know what? That works. It's not great, but it gets a Zard, but it doesn't get a Pidgeot if I get the Zard. Or I can get Pidgeot, but I likely don't get Zard. I think Pidgeot's more important right now than the Zard. Of course, they're both important, but if I lose my Pidgey, like having a Zard, I mean, my Pidgey is very easily knocked out by Polt. My Manders, at least, like... Yeah, ugh, this is sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. How many energy do we play? 6 energy. If you price 2 energy, you might be cooked. I can manually power up a Mander. Also, I don't think I priced 2 energy. Actually, I think... Didn't I have an energy in my previous hand? No, maybe I didn't. Melian. Okay, that's actually nice. Arven gets Ultra Ball, I guess... there's no tools to choose from. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's funny. I prized 1 fire. I'm fine. I mean, I get Pidgeot up. It's never... It's not perfect, but... It's probably okay. That at least keeps you in the game another turn. Candy, Pidgeot. Evolved Charmeleon, patch Charmeleon. I don't hate evolving this either. Because then he can't just knock it out with Dragapult super easily. I could Stamp next turn, and Stamp likely find me the pieces I need. Of course, I don't like him just hitting into my Pidgeot, so it might make sense for like a treat Demander. If he dusts my Charmeleon, that's a problem, actually. Oh, that is a problem. If he dusts my Charmeleon, I have no attack. He's already stoned, but it's not that hard for him to get Dusk. And that could just cause me game. I think I have to get this. Because Dusk, I could get Cleffa. It is an easy liability. But it gets me a whole setup hand. I mean, even if he manages to knock out all my pieces, I think I'm probably fine. It's not perfect. Could also thin out Poffin, although I like Poffin to get set up again. I'm doing Cleffa. It's so easy for me to take prizes off of it, but yeah, I think I'd do Cleffa because I just need a lot of cards if I want to do anything. Sadly, I'm going to lose my Duskull most likely, or it's possible I lose both Charmeleon and Charmander. Chances are that doesn't happen, and even if it does, I can go for a Thorton play because I drew cards off Cleffa. Now, the tough thing is he can Collapse my Cleffa. But if he does that, I bring up Duskull, and then he has to, like, dust around it or something. Which is a little sketchy for him to do. Because otherwise, he's just not taking a knockout. So actually, if he Collapses my Cleffa, I just bring up Duskull. And force him to Gust. Because otherwise, he just still takes the same amount of prizes he'd take either way. And he wastes a Collapse. Candy, Sparkling Crystal. Setting up another pole. Wow. Oh, he set up Dusknoir. Okay. He can't Gust, though. If he knocks out my Charmeleon, that's fine. Him taking 3 prizes is kind of terrifying. But it's not that bad. Like, he knocks out Cleffa, he knocks out Duskull. Yeah. Oh, the Hawlucha could be a problem, actually. Does he have Hawlucha? No way he finds Hawlucha, right? I mean, I guess he could, though. But then I just Thornton Zard up. And that should work. Yeah, that should work if I just Thornton. Although I have no basic to Thornton, because if I Thornton the Duskull, I'm getting Zard. Because yeah, I can't evolve unless it's been in play for a turn. And if he knocks out my Charmander, the only thing will be the Duskull. But I need the Duskull for a Dusklops, because I need Dusklops to knock out the Dragapult. Because 300 is not enough. Oh, actually, Defiance Band SVI, so I guess... oh, 270 actually plus Dusk is enough. Okay. So now, my expectation, yep, he knocks out my Cleffa and my Duskull. I evolve the Zard, I Thornton back Duskull. I think. That puts me down 2 prizes, but it also puts... Yes, it puts him... Oh, but I don't have Defiance Band. Oh, actually, I don't need Defiance Band. 270, yeah. I'm doing nothing without it, so... I just... Oh, there's nothing to Thornton except the Charmander, though. So I... Shoot. Maybe I can't Thornton, because the only option to Thornton up is the Charmander. The good thing is he doesn't play Devo. Wait. He doesn't play Devo. Am I fine? I can evolve the Zard, but he can't do that much to me if I just evolve the Zard. Could put down Fez. It's a little sketchy. But at the same time, I don't have much setup, so I think drawing cards makes sense. I just need to find Stamp, which requires 1 more piece than I have. I already have Zard in hand, so it's like... I have to find Stamp, essentially. Also, he can't knock out Fez very easily. I guess he could have Hawlucha Gust it. But at the same time, he has enough prizes left that that doesn't win him the game outright. Draw 3 cards. Arven, please? Thornton? No, I have to Arven for Stamp. Or Arven for Candy, and then Pidgeot for Stamp, because I have to Stamp him here. There's also the funny option of attacking with Fezandipiti. That's genius. Wait. Oh, they're not in a Fire End deck, is there? Oh, I should have super... There was actually a good option to attack with Fezandipiti and snipe his Duskull. Because then he just can't knock out my Fezandipiti. Like, if it's not in the active, you can, like, Hawlucha it on the bench. But you have to, like, Gust it out of the active and back in, which I feel like you can never do. And sniping Duskull puts me on an even prize trade. That would be kind of interesting, and then I could, like, Turo it the next turn. That would be a cool play to do that, although I can always throw the Fezandipiti anyway, but, I kind of like that play, but of course that's not the play I went for, so I can't actually do it anymore. Fire, fire, fire. I guess I get a Charmander. Or I could just leave it for Thorton. I mean, if he knocks out my Zard, he's probably winning anyway, because I'm going for, like, Radzard afterwards, so... yeah. This is fine. Stamp. Cooked. I know if I'm cooked. Let's see. Interesting. 270. If I Ultra Ball for Litten, it becomes a target for Thorton. He could also Hawlucha and knock it out. It's a problem. But right now, there's nothing good to Thorton, because he's probably going to put, like, 6 on my Fezandipiti, and then I can't Thorton it. I can Turo it, but I can't Thorton it, and I would love to Thorton to knock out a Polt. Could also chase... no, I think I don't hate Ultra Balling away. Ugh, this is a tough choice, it's a problem, but... actually, I literally... I have to get a Charmander Thorton or a Pidgey Thorton. What do I lose? I don't like losing Turo. I don't need... Lumineon is also necessary. I need, like, multiple pieces for the Thorton play. Problem is I can't evolve and Thorton in the same turn and stuff. It's just all sketchy here. That actually doesn't quite work, does it? Because Thorton requires the evolution as well, and I don't have that right now. I think that might have been a slight mistake, but nothing I can do about it now. I can get Radzard set up, actually, because it's harder for him to knock out Radzard. And then I can Thorton that to a Duskull if I find the Thorton play. If I don't, that's also fine. But I just hit him for 270, and then Thorton can allow Dusclops. It does need me to find one more piece in order to find the Dusclops stuff, but that's probably fine. The good thing is everything on my board is kind of surviving. If he damages something, I can Turo it to keep it alive for a turn. He could try to Gust my Radzard. That is an option he might try to do. He only played one boss. He doesn't lose Lumineon. He could Lumineon for the boss, but if he Gusts my Radzard, it feels like that's actually fine with me. Should have brought it back Charmander. Why? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't necessarily need another Charmander in this game. Most likely by the time he knocks out the Zard, it's just over anyway. So it doesn't seem relevant. So he hits me. Wait a minute. If I Clops him, and then I win with Briar if I can Clops, although I can't Briar in the same turn, can I? Oh yeah, I can't Briar and stuff in the same turn as other stuff. Okay, let's see. Where is he putting the damage? 3, probably 5 there, and 1 on Fez or something? Some on Pidgeot, okay. Dusk does knock out Zard, doesn't it? Briar? Okay, let's see. That's actually... I chase the Dusk, don't I? Maybe? Oh yeah, maybe I should have gotten Mander back, actually. Let's see. I chase the Dusclops, because Dusknoir just, like, wins him the game, right? No, it knocks out my Zard, and then I bring up Pidgeot, and he still needs Gust. Quick Search gets me. I mean, I can still set up the Thornton play, but at this point, I'm, like, hitting... Could hit into Dracloak, or... I think I hit in Dusclops. Yeah. Then if he takes 2 prizes is the problem. Which means I can't Briar. This is so tough. So very tough. Let's see. There's so many weird plays. I don't know. This is such a hard matchup. Yeah, getting on Charmander might have made sense. So quick search, what do I get? I think I can get Thornton to go for a Thornton play. Could also get Iono. Thornton play seems like the play though. Like, or I could get Fire to start setting up Radzard. But then he's gonna knock out my Radzard really easily. Ah! I don't have enough time, so I just start setting up Radzard. So I don't have enough time to do anything. And I think I knock out Polt because it's not super easy for him to set up another one. not hard either, but he could win this turn, but it requires him to find Gust, which doesn't seem easy. Should have brought it back. Oh yeah, Mo said it was favored on Sunday. LOL. No, I didn't say it was favored. I said it's slightly unfavored. I said it's not a terrible matchup. It is definitely unfavored. Pole is not favored. It's slightly unfavored. Also, I can still win this game. It's not over. It's definitely not over. Probably shouldn't have gotten Fire Energy, though, because if I got Thorton... Yeah, if I got Thorton, it would have been easier to set up another Zard. And Zard does 330 and knocks out a Dragapult at that point in the game. So actually, I think Thorton is definitely the best option. Just try to set up another Zard, since another Zard just definitely KOs him. So I could have Thornton there to just immediately set up another Zard, and that would have been the right play. Alright. He's getting back Dusk. Looks like he's going to ignore my Zard. He gives me a prize. I mean, he essentially has to win this turn. Sinnoh, okay. Oh, he's going to Rock Sand. Okay. Let's get him a little more set up. Nest Ball. Alright. What does that get you? I guess Fez? Yeah, Fez. He needs a... Wait, he's already Rock Sand. He can't Gust because he's not behind. So he cannot win this turn. Because if he Dusks, I just bring up Pidgeot. Oh no, he can Dust my Radzard, can't he? Oh shoot. I should have Turo'd my Radzard. That was stupid. Alright. Wait a minute. Why didn't I Turo Radzard? Because I could have Turo'd just to reset it. I had an extra Turo in hand. Why did I think... I don't know why I miscalculated Dusk's damage. I completely did, though. I don't know how I miscalculated that. Because, yeah. I forgot that Radzard was in range of Dusk. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought he couldn't win because he had to Dusk a Zard, but no, he just Dusks a Radzard for game. I definitely need to test more against Pole. That's like the matchup I think I need to test against maybe the most. Because Pole seems really hard to play against. Wow. I guess today is just my day to misplay. Wow. Let's see. If I win out, I could get top 64, maybe. Might just make sense to drop, though. I don't think I'm not going to be able to make top 64 anymore, I don't think, unless I go 4-3. I think I'm going to drop from this tournament, because it did not go well this time. You know, got top 64, got 50th or better at all the other ones, but first time not doing well. Guess it's just an off day. No worries. It was fun having y'all. I think I'm going to end the stream, since there's nothing I can really do at this point in the tournament. I don't think I can really get a good placement. That was very tough. Of course, I didn't fight that much meta. Like, Goldingo really isn't that meta. Banette is not something... Banette and Moon you never expect to fight. Because definitely at regionals I expect to fight other things. Of course, the Pole I might expect to fight. Everything else I wouldn't. But yeah. Terrapagos is better. I think this deck is still good. But when I play poorly, it definitely doesn't work as well. And it's definitely harder to play than Terrapagos. Anyway, I'll see y'all.